All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Oakland Raiders and the New York Jets. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Him behind on the spin. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The Pro Bowler Chris Harris is in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Darren Lee there to get him down.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. This time, Trubisky will throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
This is Marshall, and very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
Hey, gotta go.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here in this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Now to try the field goal, here's Daniel Carlson. This from 54 yards away. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find that they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And his first look is incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Second down and 10, Darnold. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. And just like that, it's 3rd down. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
And they are going for it. Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and it'll be a turnover on downs. And now here come the Raiders. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed a big hit for a loss. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Marshall. And an alley to run. Got some real estate inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Keith Marshall, 45 yards. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. New York set to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. On first down, it's Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10. Darnold. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Darnold from the gun. Herndon's got it complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved.
So here's a first and 10 now in Raider territory at the 27.
Detroit! Detroit!
Here's Darnold. Flushed out right, and it's incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Second and 10 now from the 27.
Detroit! Detroit!
On second and 10, Darnold. And he hits Herndon over the middle. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. A first down throw, Darnold. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And he's going to go down again.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Gone! 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 Gone!
Third and long, it's Darnold. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And Myers able to knock it through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They'll run with Marshall, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Play action. It's Trubisky. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. New York set to take the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Lamar Miller, 89 yards. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Lock in, lock in. Hey, gotta go, gotta go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Here's Trubisky. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Avery Williamson in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Jets on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty.
Gone! Here we go now. Blue 90! Blue 90!
Harris. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass, a run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And taken right at the 35. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Here's Trubisky to throw. Looking long for Westbrook. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. And here's Marshall. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds through the end zone. And That will go as a turnover as the defense will get it at the 20-yard line. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Darnold on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Lucky 56.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Flush to his right. So it's on to halftime in this AFC. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Win or go home, that's the name of the game. And we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Back to throw, Darnold. Looking left side, and it's complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Here's Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. He was looking for a Nunwa there. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
Let's go, let's go.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Raiders on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Trubisky. And Wilson has it. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Now it's Trubisky. Stepping up, he'll try and run. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
That was a statement stop right there. Now it forces the opposing head coach to answer this question. What do you do on 4th down?
Carlson able to put this one through. And they will take the lead at 13-10. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And a nice gain at 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Now it's Miller, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down. Brandon, we're into the 2nd half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Back now here on EA Sports. been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
On 2nd down, Darnold. Space to run past the 20. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a first down. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught at the 8. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. As his guys are in for 6. And the Jets have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Myers connects on the PAT, and that will make this a 4-point game. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Avery Williamson there to make the stop. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. This time, Trubisky will throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And they'll try the run game here with the running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Play action. Now Trubisky. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Marshall, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
On third down, Trubisky. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll go down at the 28. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion.
Lock in, lock in. Lock in, lock in.
Right back to him on first down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. The Raiders on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Able to locate Wilson. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Lock in, lock in. Lock in, lock in.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? So quick on the... And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. In for the score. And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. He has been an integral part of the offense all season, and now in the playoffs he's carrying it over. Had the touchdown last week in the wild card game. Now his 2nd TD of the playoffs.
Showing some consistency, and that's something that we have to keep in mind about the playoffs, because we often think you have to be spectacular in order to win. I think consistent is what you're looking for. That can get you to the finish line.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. So out now come the Jets. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Back to throw. He'll buy some time right. And that is incomplete here.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got his man on the comebacker. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it. But they've got to continue to move quickly.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
He's back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 10 more there and another first down. First down now, but that clock rolling.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
They'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
The Jets on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is third down and 12. Darnold. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Darnold. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. The sack cost him only a yard. It's second and 11. And the pitch goes to Miller. And not much running room. Down to the 32. There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. With 3 seconds to go, if it's good, we're off to overtime. And his kick here is good. And that's going to tie things at 20. Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Detroit! 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 Gun! 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 Gun!
Darnold, his first throw in overtime. Flush to his right. That is incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Detroit! Detroit!
Second down and 10. Darnold. Throwing left side. It's complete. And he's going to score. It's a touchdown. No flags. And in an overtime thriller, they are moving on to the playoff.
No rest. They get to keep playing.
And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this